Blossom, which began to grow into a white squash, the first one that they had ever seen. And it grew and it grew, and when they judged that it was ready to eat, they cut it from the vine. And the wife took it into the kitchen area, ready to prepare it for the boiling. As she put the knife to cut the squash, she heard a voice. "Please don't hurt me." She looked around. There was no one in the kitchen, not even her husband at the time. Could the squash have possibly spoken? There was no one else about. "Husband, come quick. The squash is talking." He came in and looked at her and said, "Woman, as old as you are, you should know that vegetables don't talk."
So, if you're ever outside in the park or in your own backyard and you take the time to look for hummingbirds, watch them closely. Because when the sun touches their feathers just right, you will catch a glimpse of the rainbow colors that are still trapped inside its little feathers.
Well, the mountain lion was the king of the beasts, and he did not like being ordered around by a vegetable. So he picked that pumpkin up over his head and smashed it to smithereens. Well, the old woman flew out of there, and she was covered with pumpkin strings in her hair and pumpkin flesh over every inch of her clothing, and she was madder than a wet hen. "Oh, how dare you, lion! How dare you break my pumpkin!" She had little pumpkin seeds covering up her teeth. She was a sight to behold, and the lion...
She danced 5 dances and had a superb time. She danced 6 dances and had a magnificent time. But then, just then, the turkey elder said to the other turkeys, "Our girl has forgotten us. Let us go out into the wild and take care of ourselves." Tut, 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 tut. And he unlatched the gate with his strong beak, and out they filed. Tut, 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 tut.
Once the old armadillo had her fill to eat, she settled under a bush and peered out at the lone figure sitting on the stoop of a small adobe building on the other end of the potato field. And she remembered a morning long ago, before the potatoes had been planted, before the building had been finished. It was just at the break of dawn, and the young man with the hoe in his hand had been standing next to her before she had a chance to run. But he had looked down at her and smiled and said, "Do not worry, little armored one. I will not clear your food supply, and perhaps you will do me the honor of not digging up my potato field, eh?"
The boys continued to rise higher and higher and higher until they reached the sky. Their mothers cried out and begged them to return, but it was of no use, for the boys turned into 7 bright stars. The stars formed a circle.
We thank you for coming out. Let's bring all the tellers up again for a final.